All right, so Samuel Frost here with us, and you have some things going on that you wanted to share about a network that you have going on in Newcastle. Is that right?
Yeah, so we've been involved with more or less, I guess, what you would call the recovery uh, field in Henry County.
Yes.
And of course, you've got the wonderful work that Jamie Owens is doing at JRAP there in the jail. And I've been a chaplain there for 3 years. So, and I taught JRAP for a year,
Oh, okay.
but we did note that there wasn't a lot of recovery opportunities, meetings, networks, getting to get-togethers, those types of things that were happening in Henry County. And those that were doing it over here in their own little corners.
Right.
And so what we were wanting to do was, to bridge all of that and work together and create kind of a network of sorts. And so in the last, I would say definitely last 2 years, that's been taking place with, of course, Hagar's Hope. I sat on the board there, and that was Jamie Owens' brainchild, um, which we're looking at possibly having two houses there, the old Bennett house across the street from the courthouse, and then the Williams house on 16th Street,
Oh,
which was
yeah, yeah,
renovated, yeah,
yeah.
by the VFW.
That has progressed very well.
We're long time coming because there wasn't anything for women.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, when I moved back here 11 years ago, I noticed that the, you know, traditional AA meetings that were happening, there were four that were happening here in Newcastle, 7:30 in the evening, and then that was it. And those were all men.
Gotcha.
You didn't see any women going to these things. And then, of course, you had the wonderful work founded by Bruce Aaron, the guest house, and Jeff Passo now is pretty much over all of that
Yeah,
and doing great work there.
yeah.
And but that, again, that was men. That wasn't anything focused. So uh, Jamie had this idea of Hagar's hope, of course, drawing from the biblical story of Hagar, and she's being ostracized, of course, and kicked out. And the angel shows up to her and says, where did you come from and where are you going?
Yeah.
Which are the two key questions of life. Where did you come from
Amen.
and where are you going?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's been wonderful. First Presbyterian Church. I'm a Presbyterian minister in Knightstown, Bethel Presbyterian, and then First Presbyterian here in Newcastle, which is a well-known church established downtown. They opened up starting in January of this year their third floor to us, and basically just handed that to us. They saw the vision, they saw the need, and that has just started really turning into a hub. We call it the hub. It's
Really? Okay.
it's the rec center, but we call it the hub, and so now a lot of series of meetings are going on there, so that people that are genuinely wanting a network and help, and of course fellowship, and then the various channels that are out there, like Meridian would be another one. Um, it's we have now to where we can, say here it is. If you want, we have it, and here are the people you need to be talking to. And so
Yeah.
it's the Lord has just been it's you know the Lord has been good. It's all Him, I think. In
Yeah, yeah.
my estimation, it's all Him.
Starting to
Just
come
along for the ride.
together. Go back on. So the church here in Newcastle had a third floor and
Yeah.
said, "Hey, we've got this space, utilize it."
Yes.
And I heard you say, you got the network, and so are how are you utilizing that space now? Like, is it for the leadership of the various organizations to come together and have a space for networking? Is that the
That
main thing, or is it
and
multi-purpose?
those that are living a life of sobriety who want to start their own meetings or their own kind of thing, we're open to that. And then there's also Women's Recovery Center that moved in with us, Megan
Yeah,
Kraus
Megan Krause. Yeah.
is that. So she's occupying a couple of office spaces up there.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Now it's making sense to
yeah.
me.
And
Okay.
then Jason Craig of after the wonderful Angela Cox, she retired, of course, and then
Yeah.
Craig came on board, and Jason has just been gung ho behind us and what we're doing and a part of us with Live Coalition too, and
Yes.
what they're doing. And then you have Hope Initiative. There's another cog, coming into all of the things that are working: probation, community corrections.
Yes.
Um, and then I somehow, this idiot kid from Hoosier kid that I am, and then somehow I'm sitting on the critical or crisis intervention um, training team with Judge McCord and getting to meet all of these other people.
Yes.
And being a minister, it's like, oh boy, we should be plugged in to what's going on uh, in our community, especially in these areas where there's just a lot of recidivism. Things are not being answered, and so my primary answer as a theologian was, where's the church at? This is where we need to be, and it's in the trenches, and but it's that's where we need to be. This is the hurting,
Right.
and so that was really what was coming about as the whole thing, and then just meeting key players, and then it all coming together in the last year and a half has just been something to watch. And you're just kind of sitting back like, well, how's this? This is wonderful. This
Yeah. Yeah.
starting to work. I mean, this is how it works.
Amazing things happen when you do your part and then you just let God do his part, right?
It's pretty
You
much it.
don't
Yeah.
you don't have to. That's one thing I'm learning more and more and more. I wish I would have learned much earlier, but
Yeah.
if you just kind of focus on the area God has you in,
Yeah.
do your part, and it's like puzzle pieces. He starts connecting you with the other pieces of the puzzle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I, you were talking there a second ago. I read a quote. I've been reading a book on Oswald Chambers, going through it
Yeah.
a little bit, and I
Grew up
read
on Oswald Chambers.
it. Man, he's an. I
My
did not know
utmost
these.
for his highest.
I did not know these things about him. Like he's a very
Oh yeah.
interesting, and I relate to him really well in his desire to. He was very artistic. He enjoyed literature.
Oh yes.
He enjoyed psychology. Just all aspects of the human being, right? Body,
And
soul,
then
and spirit.
involved in the YMCA. He was very attached.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And but he said this. There was a situation where he was with the YMCA as a chaplain in Egypt during
Yeah.
World War One, and they closed the Bible college that he was teaching at back home in Britain, right?
Right.
And he just simply, I love the way he said this. He said, in any dilemma produced by providential circumstances, the temptation is to yield to ordinary common sense rather than wait for God to fulfill his purpose. God's order comes to us through the haphazard.
That sounds
And
like Oswald Chambers.
I was like, wow, that is so cool because I
Yeah.
know even, we get something happens and it throws us through a loop and we get frazzled. And I read that and I'm like, you know what? Man, I need to be more like that. Like he just didn't get frazzled. Like whatever
Yeah.
happened, he knew God was in control. And so all these, and I know from the various people I have spoken to and friends that I've had that have dealt in with addictions themselves or had family members. I mean, that described like this haphazard, just things could change on a dime.
Yeah.
But when you're following after him, he knows, right? And so he's
Yeah.
placing things in order.
Yeah, because I often say I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
It's just these doors open, and you meet these people. Like when I met Jamie, I think around 4 years ago, we just immediately, clicked, and it from there it just snowballed into this thing. You're not making it happen. Um, it's just you're saying yes. We need you over here. Hey, can you help out over here? Hey, can you do? And then you just meet people, and so it is that providence of God that is doing all of the things. Because if you would have said to me 10 years ago, I would be in this, midst of what I'm doing now, I wouldn't have recognized it. I would have said, no, well, no. What? you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you know, uh, Chambers has this way of words. I grew up. My mom read his daily devotional, "My Utmost for His Highest,"
Yeah,
classic
yeah,
devotion, and so just grew up hearing that. And Chambers would always speak paradoxically. God doesn't take you out of the pain; He redeems you in the pain. He would say stuff like that, and it's like,
right,
oh, okay.
right, right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's well worth the read.
yeah, and that's on that note, the other thing that I just has really caught my attention was just, at least through what I'm reading, is he literally didn't worry.
And
It's
he
almost,
saw World War One, which was horrible. I mean, he
yeah,
went through saw a lot
yeah.
of horrible things,
He
and
just
yet,
trusted God through it all. Like, whatever's happening to me right now, I know God's got it handled.
and that's a key in recovery is acceptance. It's
Yeah,
you have uh, Reinhold Niebuhr's prayer that is used. God help me to accept the things that I cannot
yeah,
change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's
absolutely.
the key part. So it's a wonderful community that uh, God is bringing together. Uh, Laura Lee Godby, of course,
Yeah.
Rock and Recovery. I mean, just people, and we're not making any money off of this. This is not
Oh,
like a
yeah, no, no.
career
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing. It's altruism. It's biblical altruism. It's what can we do to lay down our lives and take on the burdens of our community and help and
absolutely.
that kind of thing.
So, yeah, and for the true Christian biblical worldview believer,
Oh,
you claim to have the answer, so give it, right?
right, right.
Right. If you have the answer, then let's hear it. Um, so in thinking about,
Mm.
because as you're talking, some of the people I've come across. I'm starting to learn some of these people. Had them, talk with me like this, several of them, um, and it's almost as if we are starting to see this move of God to where people are embracing their part.
Yeah,
They're not worried about getting all the glory. They're not worried about this organization doing better than this organization.
yeah,
They're just literally doing their part and learning that they all have very similar heartbeats for the community, right? So, um, talk to me about, like, is there what is your idea? Where is this going? because we know we have Hagar's Hope. We know we have the Guest House. Jamie Owens is doing a tremendous job.
Yes.
Women's
Yes.
Recovery Center, Shelley,
Yeah.
I'm just spouting off all these names.
Yeah.
Miranda
Yeah.
Madison. I mean, we have some really great people starting to come together, and there's some synergy going on, right?
Yes.
So
I
so
think we're not in the beginning of that. I think we're in the
Mitts,
sort of the after the beginning of it. Where is this going?
yeah,
Um, there there is such a good positive force and people that are coming
there's
together
unity.
from
It,
various backgrounds. And here's the other thing:
yeah,
we're coming from various church
yeah,
denominational backgrounds.
right.
Um, we're those things as a professional theologian, those things are important,
Sure.
but you can also set those aside because there's a greater need here
Yeah.
in the community when it comes to the families, prominent families in Henry County that have been affected by addiction.
It affects everybody.
Son, a
Yeah.
daughter, a cousin, and the tremendous emotional toll that that takes,
Absolutely.
the frustration. Uh, what do I do? And as a community, we should have resources that are there to say, we're here. We understand. We're here. No judgment, no shame, no guilt. We're just here to uh, guide you through this progress. That, I think, would be the ultimate goal. And the Henry County Health Department, Jason Craig, and again, coming from Angela Cox, who if I were Catholic, I would say she should be put into the saint, and Jamie Owens, yeah, I'd throw her in there too. Um, so Jason has just tremendously come behind because he sees it. He gets it. He, and this needs to be a resource in mental health and substance use disorder that as a community we should have. And I think with JRAP and the sheriff's department certainly has been tremendously behind this. And I know that the incoming administration of the sheriff's department equally is behind JRAP and what we're. And now when you have that, um, the people that are uh, receiving the end of this, the help, and they see leadership that are genuinely involved, that goes a long way because
Absolutely.
we're coming from mentalities that nobody cares.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
nobody cares. And when they see a community, churches, those that are in our council, those that are in leadership in Henry County that are equally behind this,
Yeah.
um, that goes a, that goes a long way. It's
Yeah.
like this is a community thing here, and
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's so I've been thinking a lot over these past few years about various aspects of our community. And
yeah,
if you just like if you begin to remove the obstacles, like the
yes,
obstacles have to get out of the way. And a lot of times those obstacles are individuals. They can be, right? Depending on the situation, because they have a different perspective, or you get into this, I want the glory. I want to be in front of the camera. I want the credit. That is a massive, massive obstacle. But when you have a group of people that truly care about the community as a whole, and they do not care who gets the credit, who gets the glory, they just want to see success, then everybody blossoms, right?
I,
And
I think it,
yeah,
watching this, my son is in second year law there at McKinley in Indianapolis.
Okay.
I'm, by proxy, he's feeding me all the.
Awesome.
So seeing the legal um, administration here in Henry County behind this, so you have Judge Crane, of course, in drug court.
Yes.
I attended that for the first time last Friday, and just saw a camaraderie there. I it was like, boy. And then, of course, with Judge Witham, Judge McCord, who's on the crisis intervention training, who's organizing all of these Meridian and EMT and the sheriff's department, the police department, the just and all of this coming together. And then now the state is sending folks here because it's like, yeah, this is what you do. Everyone coming together, working and each filling out their own little piece of the pie, because we can't, no one person or organization can do it all.
No way. No
Uh,
way.
we have some of the lawyers that I've talked to would like to do, pro bono work, free legal advice to those that need it, that can't afford it.
Yeah.
It's just that kind of stuff that it's like the sky's the limit. But it, I don't know how it was. I guess when I first got here 10 years ago, there wasn't a lot of support. And then, like I said, you had everyone operating in their own little kind of corner, and nobody was talking really to anybody else. That has changed in Henry County. That has definitely changed. So you do have this starting of coming together and networking, and churches too. This is where I think, I'll get on a soapbox. You might agree with me. I don't know.
Okay. We'll see.
Churches they have dropped the ball here.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. I agree. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've actually I wanted, and I understand with AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, that there might be some biblical concerns and all that. The philosophies might be different and this, that, and the other. But nonetheless, it grew out of church basements. It's been in church basements for decades. It just kind of merged there. And I've tried to start some in some churches and have had people come to me and say, uh, these are Christians, right? We don't want those kind of people here.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, oh
Isn't
boy,
that crazy?
man.
Yeah.
Well, they might steal something. What?
Yeah. And at the same
I might.
time yeah.
I've been known to steal stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not.
that's what gets me like we need to be like Jesus, but yet the one who said, whosoever will, let them come, right? But then we want to pick and choose who that is. And
Huh.
so, and I agree. And yeah. So I'll have to shut up because I could get on a soapbox there too, because, we have failed. The truth is we have failed because if churches are doing so wonderful, then why are our cities falling apart?
Yeah.
So anyways,
It,
I digress.
this is you look through church history and you see that this is where we were at. We were here, and there's wonderful churches here in Outreaches,
Absolutely. No,
food pantries,
yeah, I
uh,
agree.
God's grain bin, which is that story with Bob and Regina Walcott is just an amazing thing. It's like, how did you do this?
Yeah.
So there is wonderful things that are definitely going on. So I certainly don't want to cast it, aspersions or anything.
No, no.
But you know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree. And then, and when you get down to it, I mean, that's the thing though. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And when you have leadership that has a pure heart for all things, for helping a community, for spiritual well-being, soul, body, right? Putting aside how many butts are in the seats, right? Like, So I know you know Wayne Lawson. I just saw him post something today that something to the effect of if your church isn't making disciples, all you're doing is trying to increase your attendance,
Yeah,
right? It's a very shallow thing.
yeah,
How do we get to the heart? How do we get to the people who are truly seeking for that supernatural being we call God, creator of the universe,
yeah,
right? And we can create. I don't want to be too much of a bummer, but we can create entertainment centers, or we
yeah,
can create communities that really change lives, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I don't want to be a negative Nancy either,
Now, well,
but what you guys are
there
doing
are
is
those that
awesome.
have been out there for decades in Henry County helping, and I start hearing about these old timers that have been, oh, I've been doing that for
Yeah.
30. I would think of Juanita Suggs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
Here's an unsung hero that has been
Yeah.
just serving away,
I'm glad you mentioned her because
doing the
amen
work.
to that.
Yeah, and just what an inspiration, an
Now, it
experience. I mean, she knows everything. There's nothing she doesn't know.
now are they coming into
Yes,
okay.
that's another, arm
Yeah.
uh, bringing in and linking in and being a part of. Of course, they have such a good operation going um, there at the church there on 18th Street.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There are these, points of light that are in Henry County that now, and I don't want to put all of the focus on the leadership and the churches and this, that, and the other. Uh, there is, there are those who they don't want help. They don't want help.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
might just want a handout or something, but they don't want any.
Yeah.
They certainly don't want to hear about your religion, and
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, that's for the
Absolutely.
birds. So that's a recognizable, element. But those that do want, like you said, that are seeking help, it is out there, and I think more visibly, the health department is putting that out there. Life Coalition, things like that,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
is putting it out there that there is help,
Yes.
um, and so that's what we're wanting to increase the opportunities of meetings, fellowship, help, um, plugging in to whatever church or whatever group that you want to be plugged into. So, I mean, we just had a town hall meeting there in Knightstown that the health department did, and they had it at our church facility, the building there in Knightstown. Good turnout, and just hearing what needs to be things of transportation. That's a big problem. Busing,
Yeah.
transportation.
Yes.
I can't get here on time because my license is suspended for a year, so I'm supposed to be here and I'm supposed to be here and I'm supposed to be here. That's a big problem.
Yes.
Um, how can the county, address that? Food issues. Unbelievably, we have kids in Henry County that are hungry.
Yeah.
You don't think that,
Yeah.
but it's there.
Yeah.
And educational opportunities. Um, I don't know if you've noticed or not about the economy lately, but
It's transitory. It's just transitory.
damn, yeah, it's just transitory. Been told that for 30 years. It's just transitory.
Exactly.
But when you're trying to make ends meet, making $11 an hour, and it,
Oh yeah.
you
No.
need, I need help,
Yeah. Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
And if we could remove the stigma and the shame in receiving help, that's another thing. Because in our society, if you're not making six figures a year, you know,
Yeah.
better luck next time. It,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
boy, that stigma, that's a hard one.
Yeah. And I do 100% believe, because I mean, if you get around in the city in all the various parts, there's plenty of people who feel they just get the shaft, right? And
Yeah.
why try?
Why
You know,
bother?
why bother? Nobody cares. And
Right. Right.
so it's this attitude that develops, and it goes back to what you said earlier too about being rejected so many times, and two, some of these people, um, some individuals who have dealt with addiction themselves and would even tell you themselves especially the ones that have recovered or in recovery, they know and accept they've disappointed people. They know and they've accepted their responsibility in those relationships, and they've done that damage,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So you do have individuals that just shun it all and whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing that excites me is because I think about this a lot often, especially over the past couple of years. I begin to look at, because we have to start wrapping this up, but very quickly, my experience, I've been in some different meetings and rubbed elbows with individuals in the community in different various positions and other avenues of the community. And it's developed a rotten taste in my mouth about some organizations and some individuals because I've seen it myself, right? You know a tree by the fruit it bears.
Yep.
Here's where I'm going with it. So then it really kind of gives me some negative connotations about what we're doing around here. But then I stop myself and I'm like, you know what? Over 90% of this community is great people that want to do great things. And I think about you and Jamie and Miranda, and I'm doing all this name drop. I'm going to forget people. Jeff Passo, Megan Krause, Shelly, all these people. And I'm like, you know what? No, we're doing something. Like
Yeah.
there is some very good positive things happening. And you have honorable people who are wanting to do great things, truly great things for those around them. And my prayer lately has been that God would remove what is dishonorable. He would remove what is founded in corruption, greed, or pride, and he would begin to replace those positions of influence in our community with honorable people
Yeah.
that bring honor to the kingdom. And I think I'll say this last statement, and then I want you to close us out. But I often think, what would a city look like when God is honored in all aspects
Yeah.
with his favor upon a city? What can that, all hell could break loose around us. But if we have the favor of God because we have honorable people, great things could happen. So, Sam, close us out here.
Yeah. That's a lot. I, I, I think that's happened. It's the, we're not where we totally completely want to be,
You
but
see it.
there is a clear from leadership in the county down. There is a clear momentum that's taking place because a lot of people were going to Greenfield or Anderson, and they would talk how Anderson and Greenfield, and they're all connected and everything. And I'm like, yeah, well, Henry County. I only care about Henry County. I don't, what. God bless Hancock County. Fantastic.
Yes.
I'm in Henry
But this
County.
is where we're at, right?
It's well, man. Yeah, I don't want to go to Hancock County. Um, so that those names that you mentioned, and many other unsung
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, but the momentum right now, and I think with the health department, the momentum is there.
I
It's
agree.
concerning,
I
and I
agree.
think as people catch more wind of, oh, something's happening, they're going to want to get involved and share their losses, and how can they be of encouragement in the midst of loss. I lost my son, or I lost my daughter, or I lost my dad to this, and I've been wanting to speak to somebody, and I don't know, can I join with your meeting here and share my? Absolutely. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to hear your story.
Yeah.
Please. Uh, from not just from somebody that was in active addiction, but we need to hear the stories of those who have suffered the end of it,
Yes.
uh, who
Yes.
struggled with a son or a daughter or a father or a relative or a husband or whatever. That, yes, yeah, you have an opportunity to hear that voice, and we would love to hear it,
Yes.
because it just all contributes together. I think that's happening.
Yes. And I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. And that's what I have to remind myself often.
yeah.
And I have to, kick myself in the rear and say, no, like there's some things happening here and you just need to stick with it and do your part.
And you believe God turns our tragedies in our lives, he redeems even those.
Oh, yeah.
He redeems even my stupid behavior in the past. He
Right.
takes that and he redeems it and
Yes.
turns it into something that's encouraging. And I'm like, I don't know how you do that, but
Yeah.
so yeah, more community and involvement. And I think that's, I'm starting to hear parents come to me and say, hey, can I share my story? We
Yeah.
lost a daughter, and could I share? Is there an opportunity to? I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
That's
please,
awesome.
please. Um,
So as we wrap up here, because Zoom's going to cut us off,
yeah.
but
Then
um,
the one good thing that came from COVID.
yeah, yeah, right.
Thing.
Should so can I link people directly to your Facebook, message you if they want to contact you? What's the best way for me to send people your way if they have a story or they're interested in what you're doing?
I I'm on Facebook, of course.
Yeah,
Hagar's Hope is on Facebook.
yeah.
You can reach out to that. My I could, my email is Samuel M. Frost at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And I'm on Facebook a lot. That's really the only one of the
Yeah,
main
yeah.
use. But I
I've
I do
noticed that
crazy
we
stuff on Facebook too.
we can
So
get things stirred up theologically on your Facebook
my
profile.
Facebook pages are, crazy. So I I like the chaos a little bit. But
It is a little chaotic. But before we go, I do want to say I wanted to throw this in if I had the opportunity,
yeah,
but I thought it was so cool that you were on Joel Richardson's
yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
As I listened to him all the time, I found him a couple years ago, and for various reasons, I was like, oh wow, okay,
It's an interesting
and
fellow.
uh, and I'm just listening, and I'm scrolling through, and I see Samuel Frost,
Yeah,
and I'm like, what? So that was pretty cool. That was a good, really good episode. So
yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah,
yeah,
that was neat. Joel's an interesting. He's
yeah,
I
yeah,
love Joel. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, he's an interesting fellow.
yeah. And I found him to be he seems to be pretty cool. Like I've emailed him
Oh yeah, he
personally a
is.
couple times, and he's emailed me back.
Pretty well.
He's just a regular guy,
He's a regular guy. Yeah.
just a regular guy out there trying to make it.
Yep. Yep.
So, well, Samuel, I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me on. I
Oh
appreciate it.
yeah, absolutely.